What's good, y'all? It's Aurzyn DF, and today I'm gonna bring you guys the best center build in NBA 2K21. We got the demo today. The demo dropped early this morning, and today we're gonna be bringing you guys the best center build. I messed around. I made like 3 or 4 builds so far, and this is the build that I've came to. And it does depend on a few things, on aspects of the game, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But this is the build I'm probably gonna be making if everything goes to plan and it works how it. And the game works how I think it's gonna work, where it's gonna have a fluctuating overall system, and you're gonna get attribute. You're gonna get +1 to each attribute after 95. If it works like that, it's probably gonna be the build that I go with. And honestly, I think undersized bigs are gonna dominate way more this year again. I think it's gonna be very similar to 20, where undersized bigs were the wave, and if you were too slow, it wasn't a very good build. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so these are, you guys probably already see this. My name is Aurzyn DF. Center, right-handed, number 3, it doesn't really matter. But you want to make sure you go center for this build. Alright, here, continue. And they added a lot more pie charts this year. You can see there's a lot more than 12. Basically, what they did is like, so you see this. This is a split between green and blue, and this is slightly more blue than green. And I actually went with this pie chart right here. That's slightly more blue than green. And basically, my goal with this build is I wanted to get contact dunks and also be able to shoot. That was my main goal about making a center build this year. And if everything goes to plan, like I said, this is probably going to be the build that I make. So I went with the pure speed pie chart. I want to be fast as possible. And shit. Alright, so shooting. And they took out quick draw this year. So you don't need as many shooting badges as you normally would. So honestly, I have post fade, 3-point, and mid-range upgraded. And I'm only going to get 16 shooting badges, because that's all I need. I'm not gonna need way more shooting badges than that, because they took out quick draw. That's 4 badges that I don't need. And then here we go. So we're gonna go standing dunk, driving layup. And you see it's only a 60 driving dunk. That'll go up when we adjust the height. So we're gonna go up here, and we can go to 16 finishing badges. And you guys are probably thinking only 16 and 16. That's probably a lot of that's low. Honestly, I'm not too worried about the badges. Honestly, I'm more worried about the stats, because I feel like badges, like 16 is plenty for shooting and 16 is plenty for finishing. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about on this build is defensive badges, but I still get 10 defensive badges, so I think I should be good. The only way you're gonna get more than that is if you have defense in your build. And honestly, I'm feeling like the only thing that worries me about this build is that I feel like a lot of people are gonna be making these tall, like, inside centers, and they're just gonna out rebound me. But I'm like worried about that, but I'm gonna like change the build as the demo gets closer. I feel like as the demo gets closer, I'm gonna kind of rework and change the build to make it so, or as the actual game gets closer. As the actual game gets closer, I'm gonna try and rework the build and make it better. And as we hear more info about how the build system is actually gonna work, with whether there's gonna be a fluctuating system, that's the main thing. Really, I'm focused on what news we'll get about that, and that's pretty much it. So you see the badges, we have 16 finishing, 16 shooting, 1 playmaking, and 10 defensive. And you can see I upgraded my ball handle, because the ball handle goes up, and honestly, I think ball handle is kind of important as a center. Like, you can, and especially in my play style, I like dribbling with my center. So if I have my ball handle upgraded, it's going to be faster for dribbling. And so now if we go to the next, I'm going to go burly, because I'm going to be on this build to make your speed go up. I'm going to go lower weight. So I want to go burly so that I look bigger. So I went 6'9", and then I'm actually going to put my weight down. This is kind of questionable. I don't know whether I would keep like this. And this is kind of just my first build, first impressions on the game. I don't really know whether I'm going to keep it like this. But for now, I don't really think being max weight is going to help that much. Because one, so this year, your speed goes down if you go max weight. Look at that. I'm going to have a 62 speed if I were to go max weight. So I don't think max weight is going to be the wave this year. I think going lower weight is going to be the wave. Because honestly, you don't need strength. Strength's not that important. It wasn't that important in 20, and I don't think it's going to be that important again. Even, like, since I'm already 6'9", I might as well go speed over strength. So I was either thinking around 214 or around 198. And you can pretty much go with either. The main thing you want to look at is that driving dunk rating. If you go to 198, you get the extra driving dunk rating. So we're going to go to 198 for that. You lose some interior defense, but honestly, if you have good defense, you're going to be able to play defense either way. You don't really need to have good defensive stats. You're going to be able to play defense, get rebounds either way if you're good at the game. And here we go. So we have to go a higher wingspan. So you can see my driving dunk goes up if I up my wingspan. So what I was actually thinking of doing is you're supposed to be able to shoot better with your high three-point. Three ball is supposed to matter a lot more this year. So what I was thinking of doing is to go 2 above or 3 above. 2 above or 3 above. I want to go 3 above. At 89 wingspan, we have a 68 three-pointer. And here's the key factor of this build. We need for this build to be good, we need to have a +4 at 99, like we did last year. If we don't have that, then this build is not going to be good, and I'll probably not make this build. I'll probably make another build, and we won't get that info until really close to when the game is coming out. Mike Wang will probably go on like another Twitter rampage and answer a bunch of questions pretty soon here, and we'll kind of get that info. But for now, we kind of just have to speculate. So this would be the build if +4 at 99 is in the game. You can see you would get contact dunks. You would have an 86 driving dunk, and you would have a 72 3 ball, which Mike Wang said you need about a low 70s to be a good threat or be a good shooter this year. You can't shoot with a 53 ball. And I played some demo games, and I've actually experienced some of the shooting, and you can green with a 68. You can green with a 68. If you're open and you time your jump shot right, and that's with a meter on, and you can time your jump shot right, you can make the shot. You can green the shot every time. And that's basically it. I mean, that's basically my build. This is what I'm thinking of going with right now. These are my first thoughts on what build is going to be good. It's kind of an out there build. It's not really a safe build. I'd say a more safe build would probably be an inside, like a pure red. At like an undersized position, like a 6'10 or a 6'9. I've seen some people make them. But yeah, this is the build that I'm kind of leaning towards right now, especially if +4 is in the game and I can get contact dunks. Because I feel like I'm more gonna be focused on content, and I feel like if I can get contact dunks on a build as well as be able to shoot on that build, that's gonna be really good for content and really good for putting centers on. Alright, so now for takeover, I would go slasher or sharpshooter. I'm gonna go slasher. If like I said, it all depends on if +4 is in the game. If +4 is in the game, I'm gonna go slasher. If not, I'm probably not gonna make this build, honestly. But I feel like both these takeovers are good. I wouldn't really go rim or glass because you're not really a defensive build. You gotta kind of cater to your play style. And so I'm gonna pick slasher. And I believe the build comes out as an interior finisher, which is actually gonna be really misleading. Imagine you pull up to the park and you have an interior finisher with slashing takeover. No one's gonna be able to think you can shoot, but then you could just go to the 3-point line and spark a 3, and then no one's gonna be able to tell you can shoot. So I think that's actually really glitchy. And yeah, I mean that's gonna be my build for 2K21. It looks like as of now, if the +4 is in the game, but if the +4 is not in the game, I'll probably go with something like a playmaking stretch or maybe even a glass lock. We'll see, man. But that's gonna be about it for the video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out, man. Peace.